Hey everybody, Chris Linsell here from theclose.com. Today I'm going to be walking you step by step through the process of setting up your real estate agent Facebook page. Now, this is a great platform to connect with clients, leads, and prospects, and I'm going to show you how to get started and the insider tips that you need to be successful. Let's get going. There are a ton of social media networks out there, and even though platforms like TikTok are getting all the hype right now, Facebook is still the place where the majority of the most lucrative client base, that's baby boomers, are spending their time. These people control more residential real estate wealth than any other cohort, so being visible, active, and optimized in the places that they are spending their time, like Facebook, is critical. To get started, you're going to need an active Facebook account. So if you don't have one of those, head over to facebook.com and get signed up. For our video today, we're going to be doing a step-by-step walkthrough for your business page on a computer. Now, you certainly can use your phone for this, but it's easier to do it with a larger screen, so we suggest grabbing your laptop instead. Start by going to your Facebook homepage, clicking the plus icon in the top right corner. This is your Create menu. From here, you're going to look for the Page option and click it. That takes us to the Create a Page menu, where we're going to start by filling in our information. First, our page name. Start with your name, then a comma, and your title. Realtor or real estate professional are my favorite options here. Make sure you fill in your name as it appears on your business card. You want your Facebook business presence to be consistent with the rest of your branding. Next, we have to choose a category for your page. Click the category box and start typing real estate. You'll see a number of category options are popping up, so choose what is most applicable for you. For most agents, that's real estate agent. But remember, you can actually choose up to 3 categories here. And these categories help you be searchable by people looking for you later. So choose the 3 best ones for you. Personally, I like real estate agent, real estate, and real estate service. Next, you need to describe your business. This is where you tell people what you do and what services you provide. Now, you're limited to 255 characters here, so this is only about 2 or 3 sentences at the most. A good formula for crafting your description is to start with what you do, then add on how long you've been doing it, and then add just a little bit of color about why your clients trust you. Next, hit Create Page and you're off and running. Okay, so your page may technically be created, but we're not done yet. No Facebook business page would be complete without some images. Let's start by adding a profile picture. Make sure you've got a quality headshot here. This is often the first your prospects will actually see you, and you want to make a good impression. Click the Add Profile Picture button, select your headshot, and make sure it looks right in the preview screen. If you're creating a Facebook page for a real estate team or even for a brokerage, you could certainly use a logo here, but I'd really recommend sticking with a headshot. People resonate with experiences where they can see another person, and this platform is called Facebook, so go with a quality headshot whenever possible. After your profile photo is in place, we're going to add a cover photo. This is an image that helps tell the story of your business. I recommend using a beautiful shot of your local community, especially if you've got an aerial view available. Check to see how your image looks in the preview window, and if you need to adjust it, you can drag your photo around a little bit to reposition it. Finally, let's hit the save button. Okay. Next, Facebook is going to try and get you to connect your new business page with more of their services. In this case, it's WhatsApp. You can definitely do that if you want, but it's not critical to setting up your page, and you can come back to it and do it later. So for right now, we're just going to close out of this. Guess what, guys? you've got a functioning Facebook business page. But just because you know how to put the keys in the ignition and put your foot on the gas doesn't mean that you actually know how to drive. So let's finish setting up our page so we can really get the most out of this platform. First, let's dig into the info and preferences area. We want to make sure that our Facebook page is connected to our website, so we're going to add that here. Next, let's add our location. Remember, real estate is a local business. People on Facebook want to know that you're part of the communities that you serve, so adding your location is a good idea. Now, you can put in your office address here. I wouldn't recommend your home address, but if you don't want to do that, you can just add your city, and that'll be okay too. After that, let's tackle your hours. Now, some agents I know use the selected hours option, but personally, I like the always open approach. You wouldn't want your hours listed on your Facebook business page to prevent someone from sending you a message, especially if they wanted to do that at night or over the weekend when your hours aren't technically open. You're not obligated to respond at all hours of the day and night, but using the always open option may remove a barrier for certain leads who just want to reach out. So it seems like a good choice to me. Next, let's get your phone number in here. A ton of Facebook usage happens on people's mobile phones. So connecting a phone number makes it significantly easier to get calls from your clients, leads, and prospects. So make sure you've got a good number here. Again, Facebook wants me to connect to WhatsApp here, and I don't really want to deal with that. So I'm just going to click the more option and click save and finish later. That way, if I want to come back to it, I can. But for right now, I just don't want to deal with it. Okay, finally, I want to set up an action button. Now, an action button lives at the top of my profile. It's really prominent, it's easy to see, and if you could ask the people who are viewing your Facebook profile to do just one thing, this is what you'd ask them to do. For most agents, the best option here is call now. It's the one that gets your prospects on a direct line to you fastest. But you know your market and your clients and your prospects better than anyone. Maybe you've got a group that prefers to stay in the Facebook app. If so, the send message option would probably be best. Maybe most of your lead capture actually happens over on your website. If that's the case, then a learn more button to take them to your website is a great strategy. There are lots of options in this menu, so take some time, investigate which one is best for you and your business approach. And don't feel like you have to stick with just the first one you choose. You can try switching up this button as often as you want to see which one gets you a better response. Today, I'm going to select the call now as my option, and I'm going to put my phone number in here again, just so people can get to me. Okay, info and preferences is done. Let's tackle the page introductions area. In this section, Facebook is trying to encourage us to create an audience for our page, which is a great idea. The first prompt here is to invite 10 or more of my friends to like the new Facebook page. Remember, the people who you are friends with over on your personal Facebook page, they're not going to see the content on your business page unless you invite them to join your new little professional community here by liking your page. I know this might feel a little salesy at first, but don't worry. These sorts of requests are totally par for the Facebook course. Nobody is going to think less of you because you invited them to like your business page. And you'll be surprised how many of your personal contacts are actually going to take you up on this. So, when you get to the invitation screen, you can select individual friends like this, or you can select all of them and send a single invite. Now, selecting all of them seems like the most convenient option, but it actually may not be the most effective option, because if you select your friends in batches of 50 or less, you also send a secondary simultaneous invite to like your page via Facebook Messenger. And this ups your chances that someone's going to see your invite and actually respond to it. which is a power up for sure. Why 50 or less at a time? I honestly have no idea, but it's the Facebook policy, so knowing the rules puts you in a position to have a good strategy moving forward. Because I'm just creating this page to show you guys how it works, I'm not actually going to invite my personal friends to like this page. But if I did, this would be the process. And when you do this for real, you're going to see this little box gets checked. I'm going to just mark this as skip and mark complete so we can move on. Okay, finally, Facebook wants us to create a welcome post. And we could go down the rabbit hole really, really deep on how to effectively post on Facebook. But this video specifically is all about setting up our page. So more on creating posts another time. If you're ready to create your first post, you can do it here, or you can just skip this step and come back to it when you're ready. Okay, guys, we're almost finished. Just want to draw your attention to 3 more small things that you need to set up and optimize before you can begin your quest for Facebook domination. The first is your username. Your Facebook username will go on the end of your Facebook URL. That's the little bar up in the address window of your website browser. And if people are searching for you on Facebook, it's going to be a lot easier for them to find you if they're using your username, because everyone's username is unique. There may be 100 Mark Johnsons out there, but there's only going to be one Mark Johnson with your username. So make sure your username is simple, make sure it's easy to remember, and relevant to your business. I'm going to choose Chris Linsell Realtor for mine. Next, let's look at the tabs that run across the top of your Facebook profile. These are set up for a generic services-based business, but you can customize them to fit your real estate needs. Start by clicking the More drop-down over on the end, and then choose Edit Tabs. Here you can turn on certain offerings. I suggest turning off Shop, since most of us aren't actually selling products directly on our page, as well as Offers, since we don't really have discounts or coupons in our business. But if you have creative ways to use these, by all means, go for it. I'd also turn off the Jobs area unless you're actively hiring someone. Otherwise, it's just kind of wasted space. Don't forget, the order that these items appear in this edit menu affects the order that they'll appear at the top of your page. So you can customize that too, so things appear in priority order. Okay, to get back to my page, I'm going to click on my name in the top left-hand corner of the screen. I'm going to fight through some of Facebook's continued attempts to get me to use their services, and we're going to dig into the last thing that we'll talk about, which is your inbox. Now, your inbox is where you will manage messages from clients, leads, and prospects, or anyone else who's reaching out to you on your Facebook business page. So knowing how to get here and optimizing your usage before you get started is really important. Go ahead and find Inbox on the left-hand Manage Page menu, and then look for the Automated Responses option. In today's day and age, people expect an instantaneous response on social media. And with Facebook's automated responses, you can literally give them that. When someone reaches out to you on Facebook, they'll get an instant response, letting them know that their message has been received and that you'll get back to them as soon as possible. Start by just clicking the Edit Message button, and then you can customize this message. Make it say whatever you want. You can even personalize it with these little tags inserting their real name. There's lots of other options that you can use to dig deeper into Inbox, and I totally recommend that you research all of these. But if you're just getting your page off the ground, this is really all you need to launch well. Okay, guys, that's it. You've done it. You've got a real estate agent Facebook page up and running. So where do you go from here? Well, Facebook has a ton of different tools, options for customization, ways that you can market through ads in dozens of different places, and of course, there's endless strategy out there about how to get the most out of a Facebook business page as a realtor. You've got a fully functioning page here, so you can use that to build out your social media strategy, and it is time to get started. If you have questions about this, please head over to theclose.com. We've got a ton of great information all about social media strategy. We've also got a fantastic Facebook group we would love for you to join. It's called the Close Real Estate Agents Mastermind Group. Thanks for watching this video. Hope you found it really helpful. Make sure that you give this video a like, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit that little notification bell. That way we can let you guys know whenever we've got new content on the channel. If you've got questions about setting up your real estate business page on Facebook, shout them out in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next time.